Alabama's WVUA News at 6.
Tonight on WVUA News at 6, protecting Tuscaloosa County children from storms.
We'll show you what county leaders say they want to do. Plus, two cities linked forever by tragedy, Tuscaloosa and Joplin, Missouri, see how both are recovering.
And a day of giving sends help to a Tuscaloosa family recovering from April storms. We will show you how. But first, two cities trying to recover from tornado damage. The city of Tuscaloosa is not alone in the recovery process. Joplin, Missouri, also working to rebuild after a devastating tornado.
Both cities lost hundreds of businesses and homes after strong tornadoes hit last spring. WVUA's Daniel Sparkman spoke to officials from both communities to check on their progress so far, and he joins us now with more. Daniel.
Philip and Lynn, more than 30% of the city of Joplin, Missouri was damaged or destroyed by an EF5 tornado in May of last year. Like Tuscaloosa, Joplin is still picking up the pieces and trying to rebuild. According to Lynn Onstott with the city of Joplin, about 80% of the businesses affected by the Joplin tornado are now reopened. Both cities compared notes with each other on what is going well and lessons that they've learned. Onstott says that the two communities have a lot in common.
We understand, I guess, much about what you're going through. You know, some communities may not understand, the whole process, that it does take time and it is a slow process, but yet a very worthwhile process to get your citizens involved, and I know Tuscaloosa is doing the same.
Now, coming up tonight at 10, we'll have much more on Tuscaloosa and Joplin's recovery and why the recovery in Tuscaloosa is taking a little bit longer. Lynn?
Thanks, Daniel. New at 6, a day of giving sends help to Tuscaloosa, a Tuscaloosa family recovering from April's storms. The United Saints gave time and talents to the Sadler family today. The group was founded in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. Their mission is to help communities recover from natural disaster. Today's project is part of Alabama Gives Day, a day set aside to help raise money for nonprofits across the state. United Saints volunteer coordinator Marie Ostrander says today is her day to give back.
Here you have houses that were severely damaged but are still standing, so it's a little more challenging to sort of repair what was left rather than just start from scratch. But a lot of a flattened home is a flattened home, and a displaced family is the same across the board. So it's kind of where my heart is at, is trying to help people get back.
The United Saints has also been helping with storm recovery in Jefferson County. And to learn more about that group, or if you'd like to make a donation, you can go to our website, WVUATV.com, and click numbers and links.
And just like the United Saints, you have the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of people all across the state as part of Alabama Gives Day. You have the chance to make a donation to one of 800 nonprofits in Alabama. The goal is to raise as much money as possible in 24 hours. It's an historic day of giving to help people in need, organized in part by the Alabama Association of Nonprofits. Today, several nonprofit organizations set up at Tuscaloosa's Midtown Village with information on how your donations can help make a difference in the lives of people right here in West Alabama.
Besides, fundraising, which is the core of what we do, we want people to know about us. We want people to go to alabamagivesday.org and read about our stories and learn about our mission and our vision and the people that we serve. So that is what this day is all about.
And Alabama Gives Day is also sponsored by the Alabama Broadcasters Association and the Razoo Foundation. And you still have time to make a donation. The deadline is midnight tonight. For a shortcut, just go to WVUATV.com, click on numbers and links. You can also make a donation over the telephone to Alabama Gives. Just call 888-466-4777.
Tuscaloosa County school leaders are looking at building safe rooms for severe weather. Director of Operations and Construction David Sellers told WVUA FEMA and Tuscaloosa County EMA asked him to come up with the top 3 schools of priority. Sellers said they are Holt, Crestmont, and Flatwoods Elementary, and also said FEMA will provide 75% of the funds for the safe rooms, and Tuscaloosa County will provide the other 25%.
After a national disaster like that, certain funds are made available to provide safe room projects like these, and so many groups within the county have gone out and applied for those funds, and we just simply take advantage of the grants to provide as much safety for our students and our communities as possible.
No word on when construction would begin.
WVUA is covering Northport, where a man has died after being hit by an SUV. According to Northport Police Lieutenant Kerry Card, 53-year-old McKinley Young Jr. was hit around 9:30 Wednesday night. Card says it happened at 5th Street and 30th Avenue in Northport. He says Young was attempting to cross 5th Street when he was hit. No charges have been filed, but it's still under investigation. And we'll have more on this story tonight on WVUA News at 10.
A shakeup in the hunt for an interim superintendent for the Tuscaloosa County Schools. One person has dropped out. 2 people have been added to the list of candidates. According to School Board Attorney Ray Ward, a total of 6 people are now being considered for the position. This comes after Richard Gardner, former superintendent at Sheffield City Schools, withdrew his name from that list. Now, Ward says Dan Butler, former superintendent of Hale County, also Neil Heitch, former Tuscaloosa County superintendent, are now on the list of candidates. They joined Vonda Beatty, former superintendent in Walker County, also Carlton Smith, former superintendent at Vestavia Hills, Judy Stiefel, former superintendent of the Calhoun County School System, and Joe Walters, former superintendent of the Tuscumbia City Schools. Ward says the board will start interviewing interim candidates Thursday, February 9th. Still ahead here on WVUA News at 6, if you're looking to buy a house, we have good news for you.
And coming up in home team weather, we're dry and warm today, but the big time storm system moving our way quickly. By the weekend, we'll bring quite a bit of rain. What about the rest of the forecast and how much rain can we expect? Your forecast is coming up.
And Gary Harris says the sport of lacrosse is catching on at the University of Alabama. Gary will have much more on that coming up in Alabama's home team sports.